Hey friends. And I'll just like stare at the instructor in the eye and I'll be like, I'm not really sure how appetizing that looks right now. Horrible feeling that like the world's gonna end. Oh my god. I'm gonna show you my breakfast. What have we got cooking up, Sadie? Chicken breast. Ooh. Please take creatine. It has so many benefits. How can something not be real but be so accurate? I honestly, I'm not even joking. I think I nearly had it. My abs today. Like, eat it. I just eat leafy greens every day. I just don't have that many friends that I can do stuff with. It's honestly hard to wake up every day and be like, yeah. Hello lovely people. I thought for today's video I could show you what I've been eating recently because, you know, I like to talk a bit about my nutrition and obviously I like to talk about the gym, and I've been talking a lot about my weight loss journey and body recomp and that kind of thing, and a few of you have asked me to do a video where I show you what I've been eating. So I thought for this video I could just basically show you all my meals that I've been eating, not in any particular orders. Like, this isn't like a what I eat in a day structured kind of video. This is kind of just when I pick the camera up and show you what I eat. But I thought it'd be interesting to, yeah, show you guys what I've been eating. I mainly try and eat whole foods. Now obviously don't scream at me in the comments being like, that's not a whole food, because obviously I don't strictly only eat whole foods, you know what I mean? But when I do a shop, I try and only buy whole foods, and you know, stuff like my protein powder isn't a whole food. Do you know what I mean? It's not like all gonna be whole foods, but I do try my best because whole foods are obviously really good for you. So yeah, I just thought I could do a quick little intro to this video, and yeah, let's get on with all of my eats for the past kind of like week or so. Enjoy. I look like I've just stepped straight out of the 80s right now. Look at my hair. Post-workout haircut. Literally just got back from my workout. Oh my god, it was so fucking hard. I don't know if anyone else does this in their workout classes, but I literally, like, I'll be on the floor like dead from abs, and I'll just like stare at the instructor in the eye and I'll be like, I don't know if that's like, is that gym class etiquette? We had to, oh my god, my forearms are fucking puny as fuck. Like, look at those things, do you know what I mean? So any sort of exercise that's to do with like forearms, plank's okay, but when it's like moving in a plank, that sort of thing. Also, I have low iron, so any sort of tap or even brush against my forearm, it's gonna be bruised. So already we're not off to a great start, but we had to do things where we're like this, and then, I'm not even joking, he made us opposite arm and leg take our hand off the mat and like go like that whilst in the plank, and then we had to lift up the opposite leg. Like, I'm not doing that, but basically when I was doing it, I was actually like going, I don't like this, I don't like this, I hate these exercises and I hate these exercises. And he was like, you don't like this one? And I was like, no. And then I was like struggling, and I was like, I can't do this, my forearms are too sweaty. Like, are you supposed to like let out your internal monologue whilst in a class? I don't really know, but I did, and I do, and then he brought me some tissue, so yeah. Anyway, I feel a bit delirious right now. I feel really good, like I'm high off the endorphins, but that class was so fucking hard. I feel like I need a really substantial shake. So usually what I like to do is after a workout class, I'll bring a shake with me to have straight after. After actually doing a lot of research and listening to a lot of podcasts, it is kind of a myth that you need to like consume your protein straight after your workout. It actually doesn't make any sort of difference when you consume your protein. So bit of myth busting for you there. It doesn't make a difference. So don't worry about getting in 50 grams of protein like within a 30-minute window after your workout. It's a myth. So don't worry about that. But I know for me that if I don't eat something like straight after, I start to decline, and I'm like, I start to get a feel, and I start to feel like really spaced out and stuff. So I like to just have my shake anyways, but it doesn't actually matter when you have your protein. So I did have like a little shake, but it wasn't enough. It's not substantial enough because I was in such a rush this morning. I woke up at 8:15 and my class was at 9:15, and it was just, I don't know why I do that to myself. But anyways, back now. I'm gonna have some electrolytes because I honestly was sweating so much in that class. Oh my god! So much so that the instructor brought me some paper towel without me even having to say that, so love that. So I'm gonna have some electrolytes. If you're wondering what pre-workout I mean, I don't know if anyone was wondering that. This is the one I use, the My Protein one. I've got the sour watermelon one. My mum hates this flavour, but it is really gross, but you kind of get used to the taste after a while. And I also use My Protein creatine. Guys, if you're gonna take anything, please take creatine. Even if you're not a gym bunny, even if you like don't really do that sort of thing, please take creatine. It has so many benefits. Oh my god, please listen to a podcast about it because it has so many benefits and it's one of the most tested supplements out there, and every single person ever tells you that you should have it. And people think that it's like a stimulant, not a stimulant, a steroid. People think it's a steroid. It's not. It honestly, oh my god, it has so many benefits. You can do your own research, but please take creatine. I don't care if you go to the gym or not, you should be taking it. So yeah, I do that in like a little pre-workout shake. And then, oh my god, why am I speaking so quickly? This is like the endorphins. This is like the post-workout high. So yeah, now I'm gonna make a shake and have some electrolytes. So I just get any electrolytes. I think I got these from Home Bargains. They're just like cheap ones, but I feel like all electrolytes probably do the same thing. I mean, you can probably get ones that have like better nutrients and stuff, but I haven't really researched into like what the best electrolyte is, so I don't really know as of now. But I just put this into, I know you're not supposed to take electrolytes if you don't really need them, but because I sweat so much in that class, I think I need them. You could also obviously mix electrolytes into your pre-workout drink, but I often find that like mixing two really artificial flavors together sometimes isn't the nicest, so I will not be doing that. This is what she looks like. And then as for my shake, guys, I know it's really bad and I shouldn't use it, but I normally just ask ChatGPT for a shake idea. Oh, I know it's really bad. Oh, I know it's really lazy and I shouldn't use ChatGPT for things like that I can literally just think of in my head, but it's really good because it can tailor it to my menstrual cycles. It's really good because it can tailor the ingredients to my menstrual cycle. Can I speak? My menstrual cycle, so it's just like really beneficial, but I know I shouldn't use it because it's really bad for the environment. ChatGPT is really bad for the environment, but it's really hard debate in my head because obviously ChatGPT is such a good resource, but it's also really bad for the environment and it just makes us lazy because we're not actually using our brains. But then it's also like, why wouldn't I use a tool that is now available to us? But I do hate the fact that it's really bad for the environment. So I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, that's a conversation for another day. Cheers to that. So the shake I'm gonna make says 400 to 420 calories, 38 grams of protein, and yeah, I'm gonna show you what I put in it. So I just got a brand new protein powder from My Protein. Again, I listened to a podcast about like nutrition and protein and stuff, and basically I didn't actually know this, so maybe you guys won't know this either, but basically a lot of protein powders obviously market themselves as being like 20 grams of protein in one scoop. But if it's like really bad quality protein, for example if you get a really cheap one, it can actually, because it's bad quality protein, it doesn't actually absorb 20 grams of protein into your system. So you're still ingesting 20 grams of protein, but you're not absorbing it, which I actually never knew. I just thought that if it said 20 grams of protein on the bag, it's 20 grams of protein, but if it's not actually good quality protein, then it's not actually giving you that much protein. But the best ones that you can get are the My Protein, well, not just My Protein, but should look for the Impact Whey Isolate, or like Whey Isolate, because that means that the protein is isolated and you will absorb more of it, basically. So yeah, just a tip. I know obviously it is more expensive to do it that way because I've been using the little one. The little one's like $10.99, but I doubt it's very good quality. I mean, it's probably okay. I don't really know. You can do your own research on which ones work for you. I'm gonna do a scoop of that. Also, you should always put your liquid in first. Sometimes I forget and then all the protein powder gets stuck to the bottom and it's really fucking annoying. I'll try and show you what I'm doing. So I'm gonna do 250 ml of semi-skim milk. Also, I think in terms of reducing ChatGPT usage, obviously after I've made the shake, I could write it down and then I don't have to use ChatGPT. Do you know what I mean? I think it's such a good resource that we should utilize because, you know, why shouldn't we utilize new technology? But also, it is really bad for the environment, and it does actually make us lazy. So yeah, I think if we, moving forward, try and use ChatGPT in ways that isn't like detrimental and, you know, we don't just get lazy with it, I think it can be a really good resource. But I think, me included, like we are quite lazy with it, and we ask it things that really we can do ourselves. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if anyone else gets this, but like, sorry, this is a bit of a tangent, but I, especially recently, just have this horrible feeling that like the world's gonna end. And I think because there's so much horrible things going on in the world, like Trump, the climate crisis, all the wars going on, Gaza, all of that stuff, all the political stuff that's going on, as well as environmental, I think it's hard to not just think that the world's gonna end. And sometimes, this sounds quite morbid, but sometimes I'm literally like, what is the point of us having children? What is the point of us living? Because what the fuck is going on in the world? It's an awful place. Then I think you have to remind yourself, I think Emma Chamberlain said this in one of her podcasts, which really changed my mindset. And she said basically that the world has always been in turmoil, and you know, it's always been in turmoil in different ways. But if you think back to obviously the world wars, they were pretty bad. You know, I think it's easy to think in this day and age that everything should be good because we're so advanced in where we are, but you know, and I think people are always saying about how good the olden days were, and AI is ruining the world and technology is ruining the world, and it's like, obviously yes, but I think it's also quite easy to forget that even back in the 1900s, obviously things were awful then as well. And it's like, the world has always been awful, and just because it's awful in a different way now than maybe it was, I mean, it's quite similar in a lot of ways in terms of world wars and stuff, which is obviously terrible. But what I'm trying to say is the world has always had its problems and it's always had its turmoil. So it's quite naive to sit here and be like, the world's gonna end because of this, this and this, when people back in 1940 probably thought the world was gonna end because it basically was, because there was a world war. And yeah, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say, like, it's so easy to think that we're doomed, and I think in a lot of ways we kind of are. But also, we've been put on this planet, most of us have no control over any sort of the things that are happening in the world. So I think it's important moving forward to just not think the world is gonna end. And yeah, I don't know, I think obviously living in the UK, I'm in quite a privileged position, so it's easy for me to say, let's just go on with our lives. But I think if we don't go on with our lives, then what are we doing? We can't just live in fear that the world's gonna end, because then we're just wasting our life. And yeah, I don't know, it's just, I don't know if anyone else struggles with this who's like my age, but when I see people having children in this day and age, I just think, what's the point? Because I'm like, what is the world going to be like in 20 years? But everything is relative, and there's always going to be something going on, so there's no point in thinking, what's the point in living when the world's a horrible place, when like, it's always been a horrible place. Does that make sense? I'm not very good at history, but you know, there's obviously been so many different events that have happened that have made the world seem like such a horrible place and made the world seem like it's gonna end, that it is hard to think life is worth progressing in. Oh, I don't know how to, I hope you know what I mean, but I just get myself in a bit of a tiz because I'm like, the world is gonna end. And it's like, everyone in the 1900s probably thought the world was gonna end, and it didn't. And people still did great things, and great things still happen. So yeah, sorry I just went on that tangent, but I kind of wanted to talk about that for a little while now because I want to know your guys' opinions, and I hope you understand I'm not trying to say like to ignore what's happening in the world, but I think as someone who isn't, fingers crossed, in a place right now that's like completely awful, I should be able to still just live my life and do the things I want to do. I shouldn't sit here worrying about whether the world's gonna end, because the world's gonna end regardless of whether I worry about it or not. Do you know what I mean? So I may as well enjoy my life and do what I want to do and have a future, rather than sit here and be like, I don't really think there's point in doing anything because the world's gonna end. Does that make sense? I just think we live in like a bit of a scary time, but you've got to remind yourself that the world is always in a scary time, because that's just the world we live in, and it's sad, but it is. And I'm feeling really scared, and I don't even live in those countries that are at war right now. It's horrible, but we should just do our bit, do what we can, and yeah. Anyway, let's make a protein shake. I've done the milk. Then I'm going to do a scoop of protein powder. I got the chocolate smooth flavour. Pretty nice. It tastes very similar to the little one, but obviously, as I said, I think it's like better. That could be bullshit, I don't really know. There we go. Then I'm going to do 1 whole banana. I love bananas in my shakes, guys. They are so good. 25 grams of oats. I usually try and buy organic oats, but these were the only ones they had when I went. Then a teaspoon of peanut butter. Peanut butter. Controversial, but I'm going to add a little bit of spinach. Just for nutrients, you know. I am such a spinach stan. And yeah, I think that is me done. And now I'm going to blend it. Does anyone else ever have moments where they think, that wasn't my best work in terms of social interactions? I mean, I think like that all the time. And I'm like, for example, just then at the gym, I just felt like my social skills weren't great. But then that's just me overthinking, I think. But I have so many interactions where afterwards I just think, God, that wasn't great. That wasn't my best work. And I try not to dwell on it too much, because think of it like this. Have you ever had a conversation with someone and then thought to yourself, their social skills weren't great today? I've never ever thought that, ever. And if I have, it's never been in that way. Maybe I've thought, oh, they were a bit awkward, or that was awkward. But I'll probably just blame myself for it, to be honest. So you've just got to remember that. Other people aren't thinking that about you, trust me. But yeah, I don't know, I was in such a rush this morning, so I just feel like I wasn't fully like myself at the class, and then I just was being a bit weird. I don't know, I feel like as a woman, we just do feel a bit weird a lot of the time, and maybe men don't understand that, but I don't know, the men in my life, oh my god, why? The men in my life, no, the men that I see, sometimes I'll just not be in a really chirpy mood, and he's constantly asking me if I'm okay, and it's like, yeah, I'm fine. It's just, as a woman, I'm not going to be my 100% self every day, whereas men just are, which, yes, I'm jealous, but I think these men need counselled on women's anatomy and hormones, because just because I wasn't as chirpy as I was the last time we had an interaction doesn't mean I'm not fine, okay? Okay, anyway, taste test. Very banana-y. It's not as chocolatey as I usually like, but very nice. So now I'm gonna drink this, and I'll probably have my lunch in around an hour, so I'll show you what I make for that. See you in a bit. I constantly hear police cars on my road, and it always makes me think, who is committing crimes right now? Who in their right mind could be asked to commit a crime on a Thursday afternoon? Seriously guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? Just chill out. Just chill out. We don't need to be committing crimes on a Thursday. At least wait till the weekend, do you know what I mean? This is a bit of a sidetrack from the theme of the video, you know me. But I thought I would just share a little bit about journaling, because someone asked me in my comments to do a video on journaling, and low-key, I'm not gonna do a full video on journaling because I feel like that's a bit intense, but I thought I would just show you what I tend to do. To be fair, I actually haven't been journaling very much recently because I've just been lazy with it, but I used to be really good at doing it every day. So I've got my little notebook. These are the best notebooks, guys. They have the best paper. I'm obsessed. So yeah, I just get a clean page and I always write the date. Not that I ever read back my journals, but I just feel like sometimes, if I ever did want to read it back, it'd be useful to have the date, do you know what I mean? So I've written the date. And then I use the app CoStar, which you guys will probably know CoStar. It's just an astrology app. It's an astrology app! And I don't fully believe in astrology. I mean, I low-key kind of do, not to be that girl, but I like to check my compatibilities with people, and they always are true. If I've had a friend that maybe things haven't worked out, or a love interest, or a friend that is in my life currently, but I'm just interested to see what our compatibility is, if I put it into CoStar or something, or one of those online compatibility websites, they're always right. And I'm just like, how can something not be real but be so accurate? I don't know, guys, I'm kind of turning into an astrology girly. Anyways, so CoStar is really good because it gives you a daily mantra sort of thing. So today's one's really cute. You are famously loved. You sorry, I can't read that backwards. You are famously lovable. And then it just gives you like insights and like a little paragraph, and then it gives you a lesson at the end when you scroll down, which I really like. I think that is with the paid version though. But yeah, it gives you like a little thing here. Not an ad, by the way, but if you want to sponsor me, co-star, you can. So yeah, today it says, you are famously lovable. With a Mars in Aries, you lead with courage and enthusiasm. Your boldness inspires others to join you on adventures. Your warmth invites others into your world. Enjoy the admiration and closeness that comes easily during this time. That's so cute. I just feel like it's nice to, even if you don't believe in it, it's nice to have kind of like a mantra thing like that to focus on every day and have a different one every day, because it makes you think about what's going on in your own life and maybe can give you insights into things that you haven't really thought about. Or even just something like that that's quite simple but just makes you feel loved in a way. To be fair, this one's kind of like less to journal about because it's quite just straightforward, but I would always write out the mantra down in my journal as like a little manifestation kind of vibe. Oh, I was gonna make a coffee and I forgot. So I'll just write it down and then I'll just make like key points. I need my glasses on really, but I can't be able to get them. And yeah, that's all I do basically. I don't do anything crazy. I don't do it every day. I try and do it every day. I mean, I always read the app every day. Whether or not I actually journal it is a different story. But you can also add your friends on here and then you can see your compatibility with your friends and stuff. It's just, yeah, it's really cool. So that's what I do for journaling. So to the person who asked me to do a video on it, that's what I do. You're welcome. Lunchtime. I've got to leave for work in like 10 minutes. Got my black coffee. Whoa! Ah! Oh, I actually need to be studied because what the fuck is wrong with my DNA? Just spilt coffee all over my phone. This is what I'm making. Veggies. I'm doing a little egg scrambled wrap with some veggies. Why is it so loud? Shut up. So I've got orange pepper, spinach, gonna do 2 eggs and then some egg whites as well. Really don't have much time to be doing this right now. And then I'm just doing 150 grams of egg whites to add more protein. Yeah, I'm just gonna stir that in. It's so eggy. I'm not really sure how appetizing that looks right now, even though I did just say it looks delicious, but does it? Or am I lying to myself? I'll come back to you when it doesn't look like vomit. Okay, this is what she's looking like. Kind of looks disgusting, but now I'm supposed to put it in a wrap. Not sure the physics of that, to be honest. I really need to leave work in like 5 minutes. Guys, I'm back on my cottage cheese grind because it's so fucking good. I got the low fat one for a while and it just doesn't hit the same. I'm kind of against like getting low fat versions of stuff because I'm like, what are you putting in it to make it low fat? Do you know what I mean? Cottage cheese is really good for protein because it's quite low calorie but high in protein. Then I'm just going to use a wrap. I do not shop at M&S, but there is one next to the gym, so I always go in for my essentials. To be honest, with like actual just everyday items, I feel like M&S isn't even that much more expensive. Obviously, if I did a full food shop at M&S, it would be expensive, but not as expensive as you think it would be. Anyway. Oh, that does not taste very good. I think it needs more salt. Guys, my timings today have not been great. I've literally had like 2 hours to get ready for work and I've left it till the last second to make my dinner. Why would I do that? Guys, can someone diagnose me in the comments? What is wrong with me? Do normal people, I'm being deadly serious. Do normal people live their lives like this? Like constantly just rushing around and like being clumsy and stupid? Because I feel like they don't. I feel like they don't. Little burrito. I love the taste of just plain wraps. Oh my god, it's spilling everywhere. Those wraps are so good. Maybe I should buy them from M&S more often. Okay, it's actually not that good. It's actually not that good, I can't lie. I really felt out of body then when I was eating that. I didn't feel like I was eating it. Look at the mess I'm making, guys. Can you... Hello? Okay, I'm gonna go because I need to go to work. Peace out. Morning, guys. Today is Friday. I'm gonna show you my breakfast. I didn't end up having dinner last night because, which I don't recommend, but I had a cinnamon bun from work. If you've ever had a Caffè Nero cinnamon bun, oh my god, so good. I don't even really like cinnamon. Well, I must do because those buns are so good. So yeah, I had one of those and they're like, oh my god, they're like 550 calories, I think. So I was like, so yeah, that's why I didn't show you any dinner. But also I thought I'd tell you that I did do that because it's so fine to have like treats, and as long as you're having them in moderation, it's fine. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, now I'm gonna have breakfast. Guys, look at my hair. When was the last time you guys saw my forehead? Because I've literally got a receding hairline, so maybe it's a good thing that I never do slick backs anymore. How did I used to do slick backs like every day? My hairline is awful. Anyways, so I've picked an apple from my garden. How middle class of me. Look at that beauty. I actually ate one of these the other day and it had a caterpillar in it. It had a caterpillar in it and I ate it and I was like, ah! So now I make sure I wash and cut it up before consuming because it kind of made me feel a bit weird. The fact that I had a caterpillar in it and I still ate it. I ate a caterpillar. No, joking, I didn't eat the caterpillar, but I nearly did. Sorry, you're literally just looking at my boobs. For breakfast this morning, I'm doing, I think, just Greek yogurt with oats and some blueberries, I think. That is manky. Ew! Why does it look like that? I'm not eating that. There's no way. It's actually manky. Ew! Okay, that's the risk of getting the apples from outside because they're actually manky. Hey, so I won't be having an apple today, I suppose. I'm just gonna make my breakfast and then I'll talk you through what I've got. So this is what I have so far for my breakfast. I've got 150 grams Greek yogurt. I added my 5 grams of creatine. I've done 50 grams of berries. So I've done banana and blueberries. And then a teaspoon of chia seeds. I don't actually know if that's a teaspoon, to be honest. I just like eyeballed it. And then I'm gonna add some protein powder, but I wanted to show you it before I added the protein powder because the protein powder is going to make it look ugly. So you can watch me do that. And then I'm just going to mix that together. I should have added the toppings before I did this, but I'm stupid. Okay, now it kind of looks like baby food, but it tastes nice, guys. Trust me. Bon appetit, guys. I actually love the taste of protein powder in like yogurt. People obviously don't really like it because it's quite, you know, it's got a taste to it, but I kind of like it. Hey guys, back again in the kitchen, because that's where women belong. Back in the kitchen. What have we got cooking up, Sadie? Well, let me tell you. Chicken breast, woo, with spinach and orange pepper. Then right here we've got freshly prepared by yours truly, tomato and frozen cucumber because my fridge was at the max setting and it was freezing everything. And I've also got, okay muscles, I've also got a lovely seeded wrap here. And I've got some cottage cheese and some Greek yogurt, which I'm going to spread all over my wrap. And that is what I've got for lunch today. Pretty basic, nothing crazy going on here. First, I'm going to just spread some cottage cheese onto the wrap. Also, guys, this might be controversial, but I feel like it needs to be said out in the open. People who find Gavin and Stacey funny aren't funny. That's all. So we've got the cottage cheese, and then I'm just going to do a little bit of a layer of Greek yogurt. I'm trying to cut down because basically, guys, this is so embarrassing. One of the days in my life recently, I think I ate about 800 grams of Greek yogurt in one day. honestly, I'm not even joking. I think I nearly had a kilogram of Greek yogurt in one day. Honestly, like, after that, I was like, okay, things have to change. So I'm trying to cut down on the Greek yogurt. I can't believe I just admitted that online, but anyway. Enough about me, back to the wrap. Okay, so we've now got our lovely base, and I'm gonna add the chicken. I think this meal comes to around like 40 grams of protein, which is pretty good, pretty damn good. So I'm just gonna assemble that, and then I'm gonna add my frozen cucumber. And then probably, guys, it kind of just looks like a plate of veg. And then I'm gonna add just some salt. I'm also trying to cut down on honey because I literally went a bit crazy. I tend to do this with food. I can't just be normal and like food. I just have to take it to the extreme. I do it with everything. I take everything to the extreme. And it's kind of damaging to... Okay, it's not damaging, but... Like, if I like a song... I know everyone says this, but genuinely, if I like a song, I listen to it probably 200 times and then I get sick of it. My current hyperfixation song is Lotus Eater by Phineas. So obsessed. Obviously, I'm obsessed with Billie Eilish, but I didn't know that I could also be obsessed with Phineas too. I mean, I was already obsessed with Phineas because I love him, but I didn't actually listen to his music until recently. And I was like, damn, he's so good. The wrap looks kind of... Oh. Okay, one thing about me is my food isn't going to look appetizing, but you can trust that it's going to taste good, at least, I hope. I mean, I'm actually not sure how good this is going to taste because it's a bit healthy. It's a little bit healthy. But I can try it for you guys. I don't really know how to eat this, to be honest. Guys, I hate wraps because how the fuck am I supposed to eat this? It's okay. It's okay. I don't know what I could add to make it taste nicer. Probably loads of unhealthy... Oh, that's embarrassing. I could probably add lots of unhealthy things to make it taste better. That kind of defeats the object. Is lunch anyone else's least favourite meal? I just don't fuck with lunch. I just don't like it. I don't love it, but it's a good opportunity to get in my protein and veg because then I can have fun things later. I'm gonna eat this. Well, I'm gonna try and eat it because what the fuck is that? And I'll be back. Hey friends, how are we? I'm not doing great. Okay, well, I'm cooking dinner. I've got some beef. Basically, had a bit of a weird day. This always happens to me when I have an early shift because I feel like, I swear there's some crazy statistic that says that shift workers live 10 years less than not shift workers. And I can see why that is true because whenever I have a shift, even if it's not an early shift and if it's just like a normal, I don't know, afternoon shift, it fucks up everything. It fucks up my sleep, it fucks up my food timings, it fucks up my caffeine intake, it fucks up my routine. Did I already say that? I don't know. It fucks everything up and it's so annoying, and it's like unnatural to do so much labour that early in the day but then come back and try and do more things in the day. And then this morning at work I felt really faint and dizzy. I always get that on early shifts because it's like, it's so early in the day, you're not supposed to be like moving around so much. I don't know, this is just my opinion, but I feel like compared to a day where I'm not working and I can wake up at a normal time and I can fuel properly and then I can do things at my own pace, it's like obviously so much better. And then just, yeah, I really feel for people who shift work full time because oh my god. So yeah, whenever I have an early shift, it kind of just ruins the rest of the day, which is actually really annoying, and I'm actually really excited to not have to work loads when I start my course, because at least when I start my course it's like 9 to 6 or like 9 to 5, I'm not sure yet to be fair. It's like normal hours, it's not waking up at crack of dawn, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I always get this when I've had an early morning shift, that I kind of get home and then I feel really spaced out and weird, and then I can't get anything done, and then I feel shit because I haven't got anything done. And then I tried to go to the gym, but then it took me like an hour to pick my outfit because I was getting so stressed out, and then I didn't like how I looked. But then I did like how I looked because I looked fucking slay. Look at my abs today. Like, are you kidding? But then I was like, oh, I don't like this top, and then it took me an hour to decide, Sadie, you're exhausted, let's not go to the gym, let's just go tomorrow. And then it's just an endless cycle. So yeah. It's kind of a me problem because a lot of people don't have to do really early shifts like I do. Well, obviously a lot of people do, but I mean people my age. A lot of people my age don't really have like 6 AM starts. But it's fine, it's fine. Anyways, I love my job. It's just, you know, it has its pros and cons. But yeah, basically my point is my whole food eating regime has gone out the window today because I've eaten so much, but also like just been grazing, and then I'm not even gonna go into it. I'm not even gonna go into it, but I thought I would show you my dinner because I just need something really nutritious and filling and amazing so that tomorrow I can feel better, basically. So I'm doing a little burrito bowl and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, I've started with some beef, which is just cooking. I love beef, oh my god. And then I might just show you it when it's finished because, to be honest, it's a bit stressful trying to film and cook at the same time. But yeah, I feel like in this video, this is why what I eat in a day and what I eat in a week videos don't really work, because I don't know, I just find it so hard to consistently show what I eat in a day because the days are never perfect, and most of my days, especially when I'm working, just have a weird grey area where I haven't really had a meal. I've just had food and then I haven't really been able to show you it. I don't know. So yeah, I'm sorry if this video has been a bit crappy, but I feel like I've shown you a good range of meals. What do you guys think? But then I think that also adds the reality of it that it's never going to be perfect. So yeah, I'm going to cook this and then I'm going to show you it once I'm done and we can chat a bit more then. Oh, there is something wrong with me. Oh, ta-da! Hey guys, welcome to what I eat in a week. I just eat leafy greens every day. Not funny. Dinner o'clock. So we've got mince, courgette, red pepper, Greek yogurt, avocado, tomatoes, cucumber, spring onion, red lentils, chopped tomatoes, and I think that's it. And then I've got some like bits of wrap. I was gonna do rice, but I kind of CBA, and I'm gonna eat it in my room because, guys, it's Saturday night, but no one is in my house. No one is in my house. So I'm lonely tonight. So yeah, I actually hate Saturdays. Saturdays are my least favorite day of the week. Don't know if anyone else relates to that, but I just feel like there's this like overlooming pressure to do stuff. And like this setup on any other night, I would love it. A little cozy night on my own, having some nice dinner, watching some YouTube, running some errands. That's literally the dream. But on a Saturday, completely kills the vibe. But I know that that's just a social construct, and just spilled Greek yogurt on my bed. But the thing is it's just society's standard that we've been, obviously Saturdays are for, you know, the 9-to-5ers. And I guess like from school, ever since school, we've just been brought up that like Saturday night is the night that you like go out. But then when you're an adult or you're kind of in a phase of life where like honestly every day for me is like a weekend. Like I'm a student, like what am I doing? What am I doing every day? Like I'm doing fuck all. So it's like Saturday is no different. So obviously when I get older and hopefully I have a job, my view will probably be different because I'll be like, yes, Saturday, it's a day off. But like for now I just get bad vibes from Saturdays. And also I just don't have that many friends that I can do stuff with on a Saturday. So I'm just like, okay. Okay, I'm being so hard on myself though. I have so many lovely friends, just none of them are in Bristol right now. And in literally 2 weeks, all my housemates are gonna be back and I'm gonna be able to make loads of friends at uni and it's gonna be great. So I just need to stop being so hard on myself. But yeah. I think it's just hard when you're in like an in-between stage in your life and it's like nothing has really fallen into place yet. But obviously you still have to live every day like it's another day, do you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like I'm not articulating this very well, but what I'm trying to say is I feel like I'm in such a limbo period at the minute because my master's starts in 2 weeks and I don't know why I just did that. 2 weeks. I feel like I'm kind of just waiting around because I don't really belong. I'm like, ah! And it's kind of hard. And I feel like when I've been filling my time with a job that's not necessarily that fulfilling or doesn't give me much purpose. Love my barista job, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't activate any sort of drive or creative drive or passion in me. It's just making coffee, it's just paying the bills, do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's easy to just feel a bit like you're a waste of space in a way, because it's like being in a temporary life, which isn't necessarily bad, but it's not necessarily like mega good. And it's honestly hard to wake up every day and be like, yeah, because I'm like, another day making coffee. My shift today was so boring, and I was like, oh my god, I just need stimulation right now. Like, I just need stimulation. But then I think the fact that I'm even feeling like this proves that I'm gonna go on and do great things, and I'm not gonna settle for something that doesn't fulfill me because of how not awful, but like how agitated I get when I'm not being stimulated by something that I enjoy. So I know my future is bright. I guess that keeps me going. Yeah, it's just tough. I don't know if anyone else is in a similar position. I kind of feel like for people my age, it's not really talked about that much. I mean, I think it's one of those things that people don't really talk about because it's like no one really wants to admit when their life's not very good. So I don't know, I feel like people always try and make it appear that their life is really good at all points, because I don't really know, it kind of puts them into a false sense of security, and a lot of people don't like admitting that something's wrong. I think me speaking about it can just kind of feed through to you that you are not alone if you feel like this. I feel like this, probably everyone feels like this, but people don't want to admit it because people don't like to admit that their life isn't great at the minute. But then it's fine, it's all part of life, and my life this time next summer will probably look so different to my life now, and it's like kind of scary to even think about that. My food's low-key gone cold because of how much I've just been talking, but it's actually so good and it's exactly what I need. I was also thinking about this at work today, that like everywhere I go in life I get to bring myself with me. Which sounds so stupid, but like me and myself have so much fun, and I get to bring her with me everywhere. And it was just making me think, like, guys, you can tell how boring my shift was this morning. I was literally going insane. But I was just thinking, everywhere I go I get to bring myself, and that's such a privilege. And I think we should all start appreciating ourselves more and make ourselves into someone that we would want to be friends with, or that we would be like proud to be associated with, because then you just are gonna have so much more fun with your life, because you're with yourself 24/7. And I know people always say that, like, you're with yourself 24/7, you should enjoy your own company, but I don't even mean it like that. I just mean make your person someone that you're gonna have fun with, and someone that you know that wherever you go in your life, or wherever you are in your life, you are gonna have a good time because you're gonna bring the good vibes. I don't know, I was doing a few shifts at different stores with like people that I don't usually work with, and like the women I was working with were like, you're so chill, like we really like working with you, like please come back, we want to work with you again. And I think sometimes it's just nice to hear an outsider's perspective. And I don't know, I think we sometimes just forget that like other people are obviously going to have an opinion of us, and we often think that other people's opinions of us are going to be automatically bad, but they're obviously not. And it made me think, like, there's so many people that I enjoy spending time with and I probably don't tell them. So this is your sign to just tell someone that you enjoy spending time with them, because sometimes it's just nice to be reminded. I don't know, I think life is just hard and we need more positive self-talk. So yeah, tell yourself that you're good company. And yeah, I hope, sorry, I don't know what that face was. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna finish eating my dinner now. I feel like this is the worst what I eat in a week video you've ever seen. So it was more of a philosophical what I eat sometimes. Let's show you some kind of rancid looking meals and talk about deep topics. Why can't I speak? So yeah, I also wanted to say that my absolute favourite pastime is reading your guys' comments. Trust me, I read every comment. If it's a mean comment, if it's a nice comment. You guys have such unique views and perspectives, and you guys are just so cool. I love your comments. If you've got to this part of the video, which I know it's probably a long one, so well done, you have to comment something. I don't care what it is. It can be a hate comment. Actually, please no, because positive self-talk. You have to comment, and I'm gonna read every single one. Even if I don't reply to it or respond to it, just know that I've read it, because I sit there refreshing, can I speak? I sit there refreshing my YouTube comments because I just love your comments, and every time I get a new comment I get so excited to read it because I just love you guys so much. And you honestly are all like amazing, and you say the most unique, profound things in my comment section, and I'm just like so amazed by you guys every time. So if you made it this far, don't care who you are, don't care if you've never ever commented before, you have to comment, otherwise you're a loser. Kidding. Positive self-talk, guys. Okay, I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I love you all.